A Scottish-based plant shop have taken to TikTok to help a viewer with their question, and it's all about fungus gnats. Fungus gnats, also called sciarid flies, are flies which are associated with damp composts, especially in houseplants and seed trays. According to RHS, many species feed on rotting organic matter and therefore are a part of a healthy balanced ecosystem and are entirely harmless. A few species in the genus Shara can breed in large numbers in damp composts and may be considered a nuisance. The compost-dwelling larvae can sometimes damage. So in a bid to keep the flies at bay, the plant shop called Plantique, who have the TikTok username at Plantique Glasgow, gave out some handy tips for those struggling. In the video they said, "That's probably one of the most common questions I get in the shop. Some of them will come in and tell me they've got lots of little flies around their plants and they want to know how to fix it and what causes it." He went on to explain there are two ways of looking into the issue: treatment and prevention. He explained, to prevent it happening in the first place, you want to try and let your plants dry out slightly in between waterings. So as soon as the soil goes a wee bit dry at the top, that's when I tend to water my plants. Sometimes when the soil is constantly damp or wet, that attracts the flies to lay their eggs in the soil, so you want to avoid that. Secondly, is to try and use a good quality pot and mix. Showing the range of brands they have in store, he recommends Glow Tropical, which they use in the shop and says are good for all different types of houseplants. Explaining why this is important, he added, sometimes when you buy low-quality soil or multi-purpose soil, or just cheaper alternatives, they can already have bugs and pests already in it, so when you go to repot your plants, you're introducing those pests. Talking about treating if you already have them, if you know what plant it's coming from, he suggests removing the first inch layer of soil from the top of the pot and replace it with fresh quality soil. This will get rid of any of the eggs or larvae and stop the cycle from happening again. If that fails, you can try carnivorous plants with the staff member showing which ones he has in store as the flies stick onto the leaves. Telling his viewers Hess unsure how scientific this is, he said whenever he has a cup of tea and leaves a bit at the bottom, he will leave it on a shelf and after a couple of hours, there's always 1 or 2 wee flies it managed to catch. I don't know if it's the tea or water, but I would definitely try that. Join the Daily Record WhatsApp community. Get the latest news sent straight to your messages by joining our WhatsApp community today. You'll receive daily updates on breaking news as well as the top headlines across Scotland. No one will be able to see who is signed up and no one can send messages except the Daily Record team. All you have to do is click here if you're on mobile, select Join Community and you're in. If you're on a desktop, simply scan the QR code above with your phone and click Join Community. We also treat our community members to special offers, promotions, and adverts from us and our partners. If you don't like our community, you can check out anytime you like. To leave our community, click on the name at the top of your screen and choose Exit Group. If you're curious, you can read our privacy notice. If at this point nothing has worked, you can repot them all and rinse the roots under cold water and replant it into a fresh pot. He explained, there's a risk that the plants might not take or adapt well, however if it's a really bad problem, I'd probably take the risk and repot them. Although he states he doesn't personally use them, chemicals is another option, with some pesticides working well at tackling the issue. Overall, if you keep your plants slightly on the drier side and buy your plants from a reputable source like a local, independent business who will take good care of them, you should be in the clear. Don't miss the latest news from around Scotland and beyond. Sign up to our daily newsletter.